We want to turn Andy's 1990 Civic Si into a track weapon, but unfortunately, the current setup lends more to impressing teens in a Safeway parking lot instead of actually setting lap times. But that changes today. K-Tune hooked us up with everything that we need to not just replace our suspension components, but give us the adjustability we need to actually dial it in. New coilovers, and of course, some new tires to get those 10-year-old ones off there that are just not even safe.
Thanks, Toyo.
Thank you, Toyo. The first step, of course, is jacking up the car. Yeah, this car is so low, you need to jack it up a lot. Oh, here we go.
Easy.
Yeah, not bad at all. What do you want to do first, Andy? Front or rear?
Rear for sure, easy.
All right, cool. On the rear, we're going to be installing these camber adjustment arms and also some lower control arms that look absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
That is sick. This is how you know that a Civic is good, when you look under it and you see the control arms are all like billet and stuff. Sweet. What do you think the chances are that any of these bolts just come off?
High.
High?
Because we have the big f***er knot 9000.
The car actually previously had camber adjustment in the rear, but we're going to replace it just because this one's old and all of your suspension bushings are wear components. And even this thing has how many kilometers on it, Andy?
250K?
250K. We have no clue how many of those this has done, but it's probably quite a few.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. There we go. If I'm honest, the bushings in this are in way better shape than I was expecting. I figured they'd be completely gone, but they're mostly still intact, surprisingly. You can't argue though, this is way better looking.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty sweet. And we do get some adjustment for our sway bar. When getting these suspension components from K-Tuned, you do have the option to go with rubber bushings like we did, or spherical ones. We decided to go with rubber because we wanted to be somewhat usable on the road and for everyday driving instead of spherical, which is just NVH all the time.
Already have that from the engine mount. So.
Yeah. Andy, do you want to catch this when it falls down?
Oh, sure. All right, got it. All right. Cool.
Here's our old coilover. It's from Skunk 2, and it was a pretty decent coilover, but it's been on there for a long time, and you can feel that the dampers just are not happy at this point. So we're upgrading it to some K-tuned ones. The spring rates will also be changing. So the Skunk ones were 8K front and rear, whereas the K-tuned is 10K in the front and 6K in the back, which I think makes a little bit more sense given the weight distribution of the car.
We can go slightly taller.
Andy, you can't lift this thing.
We are lifting a tiny bit to fit bigger tires.
Why would you want to lift it? We should be lowering it. Like, this is what we should be doing. This is, from the factory, K2 knows where it should be. 29.5. Geez, that's pretty freaking good for eyeballing it.
Good job.
Well, everything so far has gone suspiciously easy, and I see why now. We didn't really have any plans to replace this bushing on the trailing arm, but looking at it, it is completely and absolutely destroyed. It just like doesn't even exist anymore. So we need to replace that, and it's going to be awful.
Heck yeah.
We need to disassemble the whole rear drum brakes, and it feels wrong taking apart drums and not just completely removing them. Oh, what are the chances that these are just completely mangled on the inside and our video is completely ruined by this?
Hi.
Oh, there we go. Could be worse.
So you see that cable thingy? That's for the parking brake. And we're just trying to destroy that.
Well, not destroy it, that's the goal.
At least the wheel hub is pretty good shape.
Need to twist this little pin 90 degrees and then hopefully this clip comes off. Oh, it did. Wow, I was expecting it to immediately break. Okay, there we go. The thing that matters is this stupid cable right in here. We need to undo it, and I guess we're doing a full brake job on the Civic.
Heck yeah. And brake job probably not gonna last long.
There are ways to do this that don't require completely disassembling your drum brakes, but we just don't have the stuff to do it that way. There we go.
Oh my god, drum brake sucks.
All of this for a single bushing.
Yeah.
Yay. Yay. There we go.
That's a long bolt.
Yeah, anything feels long when you're using stupid hand tools. All right, that's
Done.
it. I now need to disconnect the hydraulic brake system, and Andy said that he had a plug, but it's actually this. So I think we're just gonna leak a bunch of brake fluid, which is gonna be a whole bunch of fun. Well, disconnecting time. By the way, for this, you definitely need these flare wrenches, or you'll just strip the thing and then you'll have a really bad day. Not that working on a Civic is ever a good day, but.
Working on a Civic is a great day. What are you talking about?
Great's a word that I would not use to describe any experience that I've had working on this.
Better than the 3.
That's a really low bar. So now leaking a bunch of brake fluid. And you're hoping that somehow this would prevent that. Okay, all right, that did actually work.
All right, sick. I only have one though.
Now we've got the nut for the bushing, and this whole trailing arm is gonna fall on my face. Wow, that was fun. Huge thanks to Nomad for sponsoring today's video. Spring is here and it's time to get out of your home and go traveling. We've been using Nomad in Japan and the US. We have not had a single hiccup with it. There are more than 200 destinations, and Nomad's seamless coverage makes sure that you are connected without roaming hassles or interruptions. That means that you don't waste your valuable time troubleshooting your internet connection. You can also earn Nomad points with your purchase. You can redeem them later, so the more you travel, the cheaper it gets, and your wallet will thank you. With Nomad, you can also get the deal today and save your plan for your upcoming trip within 60 days, so you're guaranteed to get connected when you arrive at your destination. So if you're traveling soon, download the Nomad app and use our link down below to get 20% off of your first plan. And now we can easily see why that was all necessary. This bushing is completely and totally cooked. Like you can see, it's just cracked through. Like there's nothing left. That's not doing anything. We are also replacing this. This changes your toe, so we'll have an adjustable one now.
Sweet.
Sound like a bit of chlorine in the air. All of that work was so that we could press the bearing out with our brand new bearing press. Huge thanks to Canadian Tire, by the way, for getting us a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm not totally sure how we're gonna hold this. 10 tons better be enough to get this out. That's like 9 tons right there, and it's not going all the way through. Well, it's out.
That was scary.
Yeah, give her a bit of a clean on the inside. Here's our new bushing, which isn't completely destroyed, and to prevent it from ending up like this one, we're going to put it in at a tiny bit of an angle to account for the fact that Andy has lowered the car.
I did not.
It is getting lowered again, though. It's like that. How far do we have to press this one in? Like just until we feel good, I guess?
Maybe, yeah. Seems like that's going in, no problem.
Yeah. Beautiful. First time using the press, didn't die. Sick. There's the new tow arm, just adjusted it to be roughly the same size as the old one. By the way, anything suspension related, especially a tow arm, you really want to make sure that it's nice and tight. Even if we're just driving to the alignment shop, you don't want this thing loosening up and changing your toe or falling off. It'll be a really bad time, and vibrations will absolutely do that in a split second. We were extra professional this time and grabbed brand new bolts for all of the suspension components. And if you're wondering why we don't do this every single time, all of these bolts from Honda right here were $600.
That's like 1/10 of the car.
Tiniest dab of blue Loctite as well. Andy, do you think that being shiny was worth $7?
Oh, hell yeah, that's gonna be worth $6.9.
Oh yeah. We're going to 65 Newton meters. Hopefully I can do that on the floor like this. There we go.
65 Newton
65 Newton meters. These trailing arm bolts are also 65 Newton meters.
Hey, new bushing.
Yay. We've got reinforcements in the form of a Jordan. And he gets to take apart the disc brakes now. Thank you.
Disc? You mean drum? They're the
Yeah, the
bane of
drums.
everyone's existence, aren't they?
Trailing arms in, and now it is sexy arm time.
You know that's a good box when you have like a billet arm.
Come on. There we go.
Easy.
Going in. Let's see how much brake fluid I can get all over everything.
Quite a bit.
I want to get all the brake fluid out of this. It will, without a doubt, rust everything around it and destroy all of this paint and underbody stuff. Did get it in. All right. Brakes are connected on this side. Well, at least the hydraulic brakes. Camber adjusting arm is in. This one's 40 foot-pounds.
That's an extension.
Yeah. There we go. This one's also 40. All right, there we go. That's back in. Andy, do you remember how these drums go back together? Because I do not at all.
Oh, good luck, everybody.
I love drum brakes so much. While I was reassembling the brakes, Andy went ahead and wire wheeled and painted the drums, so I think she's all good to go back on. Maybe I need to adjust the drums or something. I don't know.
We just have to move the adjuster in a little bit.
Yeah, there we
A
go.
little too far out. How many monkeys does it take to put drum brakes on a car?
3 apparently.
Yeah, that's gotta go. I think we gotta adjust those in more.
How fun.
There we go. Wow.
Ah,
Finally.
it's as pretty as drum brakes can be. The stock sway bar end lengths didn't work out quite right, so we just happened to have some R-Theory ones laying around and they look like they're gonna work great, so perfect. It's technically an upgrade too. Now it is coilover time. It is so sick that this car has an actual coilover in the rear and not like divorced spring and shock. It's so much better. All right, Annie, do you want to grab the nuts?
You know what kind of joke I'm gonna make? These nuts? You're right, these nuts are tight. Man, you know that's a nice ship box when you have a rear coilover setup like this.
All right, just have to give the shock a little torque and we're done in the rear.
Sweet. Looks brand new.
By the way, you want to get these rings nice and tight. If you don't, you will have knocks in your suspension.
That should do it.
Now it is time for the front. The first thing I'm going to do is remove this little cover right here. Aha. Now it is sway bar time, which is 212s. Oh, and that came off nice and easy. There we go. Couple brake lines now. You could probably get this off with a wrench, but
Power to...
yeah, big extendo's way faster. Now I should be able to undo this bolt and this whole thing should pop down. There we go.
Sweet.
There we go. I'm not going to totally undo that yet, but it'll be easier just to do it now. Honda was nice enough to put a fuse box directly over what we need, so I guess we'll move that out of the way first. Crunchy wires. 14 to drop the shock. Oops. Well, that's gone. And now this can come out. Just like that. Beautiful.
Time for the new one.
Now the upper A arm needs to leave. Easy. All right, Mr. Cotter Pin, get snipped. Wrecked. Jordan brought a right angle in, Pat. Look at this. That came off really easy.
Wow. All right, new tool need to buy.
Yep. There we go.
Look at that.
That can come off now. Now that upper A arm can leave. It can leave. Can.
It's gone.
Yay. Here's the old upper control arm, no camber adjustment. Here's the new one. You can adjust the camber right here, which is wonderful. Now, you might be wondering why we're not doing that on the top of the coilover, and that's because this is a double A-arm suspension, so you can't do it that way. On McPherson strut, you can change it at the top, but this is a better suspension, so this is the solution. That can go in, I think.
The smack. She needed one on my side.
Yeah, a bit of encouragement. There we go.
Good enough.
I'm going to guesstimate the ride height before I tighten these, just so that I'm not screwing up the bushings too much. I think that's torque spec. There we go. And this guy goes to 35 foot-pounds. And now this gets a cotter pin to ensure that it cannot come off. Now with the top arm connected, I'm going to remove the bottom arm, and we did it like that just so that the whole thing doesn't totally fall apart and be annoying. So this way at least one side's holding it at all times. Easy. Trying to get the ball joint separator on here. It doesn't quite want to go on. Okay, before I spend a bunch of time doing that, let's hit it with a hammer. Get on there. Ah, there we go. Get the right tools, they said. They're so easy to use, they said.
Hey, isn't the right tool a hammer and from the Honda TSP on this one?
True, yeah. Yeah, it's not working. Come on. Come on,
Okay.
don't. Oh, did it do it? I think it did it. It did it. Yay! Something doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I think that nut's totally stripped now.
This is why we spent so much money on bolts. We knew that it would come to this at some point. We might have to undo these and twist and snap it out. Oh, this might work.
Yeah, that might, yeah, let's just, yes.
Yeah,
We're
old
so
car.
close. Okay, I can't even see that little thing anymore, but it's in there sideways now at least. Oh yeah, right like that.
Oh, nice.
Yay!
Oh,
Holy frig.
that only took how long?
Like an hour?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. Now, hopefully we can make that pretty enough to use again.
Yeah, and they're spread wide. Did those threads survive?
I don't know. Maybe we can see if we can get a photo of these threads. See how messed up they really are. Ooh.
Ooh.
They're a little sad.
But it looks like way in there, it might be okay.
Yes. Now, do we DIY a thread chaser?
Okay, so how do we DIY a thread chaser?
So you can do it one of two ways. You can use a tap and hope that it doesn't just destroy everything.
Yeah.
Or you can take a bolt that's of the same thread and cut a couple of grooves in it with a zip disc and kind of shape the tip a little bit softer. And it should go in and find the thread and then clean the threads with that cut. That should do the trick.
Sick. It's actually going in right now.
Do you want to pause and put some anti-seize on there to help it?
Oh yeah, all of that was to install this fancy K-tuned arm. What's good about this, Andy? I'm cooked at this point, sorry.
They look nice.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, new rubber.
Yeah, new rubber, and it doesn't have a sleeve completely seized in it.
Yeah.
Oh man, this mount has a long way to go. That had to have moved an inch.
It spread that mount open at least that much.
That's what, like 1 centimeter?
No, it's more than that because like all the material we cut out of here at the, or Alex cut out of here at the grinder is also missing. So it's like 3/4 of an inch.
Wow.
There we go.
Get in there. There we go. 40 foot-pounds down there. All right, that stupid bolt has been fixed. And there's only a couple of angle grinder marks on your suspension mounts now, Andy.
Oh, great.
All right, front coil over, she's going in. This is what all of that effort was for. Let's see how many scratches I can get on this before it gets in there. Andy, we can scratch up the car a bunch, but the new fancy bits, those need to be pristine. Do it, please. I did it, yay. Now VW, do you see how Honda just put a simple bolt through the back here instead of making you buy a spreader tool and all of that crap? Man, friggin' this car's been awful, but at least it's not a VW. Final touch here, instead of using M10 bolts, K-Tune just has a little rubber thingy here to hold in the brake lines, and I'm just gonna zip tie it in for good measure. And now suspension-wise, she is all done. Onto the shifter?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We have some new shifter bushings, and what we're looking to eliminate is this. That is in first right now, and it can do all of that.
That's in gear?
That's in gear.
Oh yeah.
Yep, third, no better. Yep, that's in fifth right now.
Yeah, the whole thing just moves.
Will this bushing come out?
See you. Bye-bye.
Perfect. This front one honestly seems pretty much fine. The rear one I've already looked at and is completely destroyed. Okay. Get in there.
Yeah, that's definitely tighter.
Yeah. Where's the rubber mallet? Ugh, there we go. One bushing replaced. Rear bushing.
Wow. Surprisingly easy.
Okay. Here's the old bushing. It honestly looks fine, but you like move it at all and it's just completely like gonzo. The new one, it's significantly stiffer. There we go.
She's good.
I'm pretty concerned that the problem's the shifter itself with how much that still moves.
Oh, it still moves quite a bit.
Yeah. It did get a lot better. It did move up and down a whole lot before, and that's gone. But that still exists. That made it a little bit better, but it's pretty clear that our problems are in the shifter itself, so let's look into that. There we go.
There we go.
Ooh, money.
How much we earn?
$2
Oh, wow.
and a penny, which is rare. They don't make those anymore. I think I just take this off and it comes off. There's boots on boots on boots here. That bushing that we just installed needs to come off now.
We did that for demonstration purpose.
Yeah.
People.
And the new bushing's really in there in the front.
Yeah, don't you love that? Oh my god.
There we go.
Oh, look, I have an automatic now. Oh,
There
wow.
we go. And there is the old shifter. There's our play. That's it right there. That's the problem.
There's just so many settings on this thing. I don't know where to begin.
Middle. Everything in the middle.
Okay, well, it's in the middle now.
Sweet. Do I just plop her up and in?
Does anything line up? No.
No. I guess we have to reuse this old shifter plate. Big sad compared to the nice billet aluminum that the other Civics get. EF gets no love.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's gotta be a bearing or something in there. She's real nice and smooth now.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's poking.
There we go. Oh, you piece of shit. All right, let's get a knob on it.
All right. I guess we're gonna have to put the console back in too before we put this on for the shift boot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a little tight on the rubber, boys. We might have to ditch the rubber. We got rid of the one rubber so that we could more easily make that on there. Just like that. Let's get the...
That looks kind of like a wrinkly ball sack.
I say just remove the boot.
Oh, I am not a fan of the no boot.
That's okay.
Yeah, to each their own. Comment down below, boot or no boot.
At least the shifter is good looking.
There's some vintage dust in there. That's the good stuff. It smells good, actually. The ball sack was definitely a better look than the edge of your carpet and dirt.
All right. Get ball sack. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad.
Oh, knob time.
My knob is beautiful.
How does it feel?
Better than any of the cars I own currently.
Man, like previously it's sloppy that you don't really know if you're in gear or not, but this is, okay, that's in gear. I'm very clearly in gear.
Yeah, you're like not concerned that you're just not
Yeah,
there.
and they look good, you know, like
Oh,
I
yeah.
like my new knob. This is probably my like 10th knob or something like that. I have a lot of knobs.
Before we go mount the tires and get in alignment, we need to make sure that the car stops. Pretty important. All we need to do is bleed the rear brakes. So dot 4 in the front, push the brake pedal, get the arrow at the back, at least in theory. Let's see if I can spill this all over everything and make a huge mess. I didn't, sweet. Did we just not have the right size wrench to do this?
Wait, what?
8's too big, 6 is too small.
Imperial,
Why is
it
it
is.
a 7? It's bigger than a quarter and smaller than 5/16.
Okay, so it's nothing.
Yeah, so that's, what even is it?
eBay
How-
special. Comment, please help us. Is there any other unit that we don't really know? Like Imperial, metric, anything else?
I measured the bleed screw. It is 6.75 millimeters or 0.26 inches, which is, I don't know. I don't know where they got that from, but we went to Canadian Tire and picked us up some good old Knipex pliers because I think this is the only thing that we can use to loosen it off and not just turn it into round. All right, do you want to go hit the brakes?
All right. 1, 2, 3, hold. All right.
All right, and again.
1, 2, 3, hold.
I think we're good, I'm not seeing any bubbles. With the brakes bled, it's time to head to Speed Factor. Yeah, it's still pretty low. The front's low and the rear is probably about perfect or maybe a tiny bit too high, depending on who you ask.
It's perfect.
Yeah. We did the most classic Canadian in late winter thing. We had a single week of incredible weather in March and we're like, those high performance all seasons we're looking at, we don't need them. The weather's been good. We're getting some Proxies R1Rs because they're the sick tires we actually want on the car. And it snowed this morning. We're kind of scared. It's warmed up. It should be fine now, like in the afternoon. But like, man, we have to cross our fingers and hope that we're able to like drive these this week.
We'll find out.
Yeah. They are race tires though. We use them on the Miata and they are sick. Like, how many laps did we do and they didn't warm up at all? Like, just kept on gripping the entire time. Like 15 laps, didn't even care.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome tires. We're back at Speed Factor Vancouver and this time we remembered some tools. So we're gonna rip the tires off, they're gonna put the new ones on and we're going to adjust the ride height on a lift, which is such a treat.
And this time, no lug nut problem.
Beauty. Razor up, what do you think, 7 millimeters maybe?
9.5.
9.5, I thought you said 5 beforehand. I was being generous with 7.
Did you see how tall the rear is? Let's match that.
Oh, you can't have this Civic so high, Andy.
Man, you have a lifted GTI, like don't judge me.
Yeah, and I lowered my RAV4 and then raised it back up again because the springs were wrong. But I'm gonna cut those and then it's gonna be low again.
The reason why we raise it because on the way here and we definitely bottomed out a tiny bit.
We bottomed out a lot in the front. In fairness, we could just stiffen the shocks and then we probably wouldn't bottom out anymore.
You know, do both.
Close to 29, okay.
2 more turns.
33.69.
Nice.
Nice. To mount and balance your tires, it isn't too difficult besides step 1, which is buy this machine. From there, you want to deflate the old tires, mount them to the machine, remove those old tires with just a little bit of violence. With the new tires, you need to adequately add lube to it and just wrestle it on there. Inflate the tire until it goes, and then throw it on the balancer and add weights where the laser tells you to. If you did it all right, then you get an okay. First of all, I need to thank Toyo for sending us some tires. Huge ups there, but also just look at how much cooler these are. And these are 205s, these are 195s, but you can tell these are high performance tires because of just how freaking wide they are. Like the actual width of your tire doesn't really correspond to the number. It corresponds to how much the manufacturer wants to give you, and Toyo has given us a lot here. Hopefully it doesn't rub too much.
Also, the new one is way less stretched than the old one. So, better luck for sure.
Man, you can just feel how sticky these tires are, which I guess makes sense given they are 200 tread wear.
Do we hit the fender?
Oh,
Not yet.
We're gonna.
Wider fender.
Just send it with the camber and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
There's no way, Andy. This is... Rolling it won't get us there
No,
for sure.
it needs a replacement.
I wonder if they have a fender roller here. They must.
Yeah.
We can just full send it.
Let's full send it. Yeah, full send. Oh, I don't like the sound. Oh. Yep, there's the paint.
Yeah, paint's cracking. Bondo's cracking. And we're still gonna rub for sure.
This is where I call good enough. And as long as we can drive home, we can worry about other things later. Damn, would you look at that? That's hella fresh.
You know how we said that the tires are sticky? This is just what a tiny bit of toe-in sounds like.
Oh my God. That's so sticky.
This is embarrassing, Andy.
Again? No way.
Oh God. This is terrible. Everything about this car every time. To get the car home without destroying the tires, we need to have excessive camber. So we're not even going to bother aligning it correctly right now. We're just gonna get it good enough so it's safe to drive home, and then swap the tires with the Miata, which have an offset that makes way more sense for this, then bring it back and actually dial it in. I love how this is their quick and dirty, don't worry about it alignment, when I have had way worse from like OK Tire and made them redo it. Again, speed factor, friggin' love them. If you want to get your car properly done up, go to a real shop like this. Like, alignment makes such a huge difference to the handling.
Why are you recording the camera? There's nothing to see here.
If you stall the car, you have
Jeez.
to sell it.
No, I saw the Z3.
Just don't stall it and everything will be fine.
Hey, I didn't stall.
That is sick.
Man, just like driving out from the parking lot, immediately you just feels like, oh, these tires are so much better. Those are 15 years old.
Yeah, the old ones?
Yeah.
Straight in the garbage.
Don't drive old tires.
No.
That's pro tip.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
To fix the comical amount of poke that we had, we swapped the wheels and tires between the Civic and the Miata because the offset just makes more sense for both cars this way. And I have to say, I think both cars look better now, honestly, and the Civic can have a proper alignment. So we're looking at like 2.5 degrees of camber in the front, 2 in the rear, and this thing should drive great. Let's go test it. Man, I forgot how comically cacophonous this car is. It is just so loud in here with those race engine mounts.
Yeah.
This is a pretty bumpy road, and it is so much more comfortable
Oh, heck
and
yeah.
controlled. Yeah, before you'd hit a bump, and there'd be the bump, and then you'd sort of bounce after just because the dampers were worn out and crappy. And in a corner, holy frig, does it ever handle good. VTEC!
There's none.
No VTEC!
High RPM. It's fun.
And that got us to legal speeds.
Heck yeah. Yeah. You notice that the bridge seam over there?
Oh yeah, just so smooth,
It's
nice.
huge improvement. What do you think about the shifter?
Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about it, which
Yeah.
is
A great
fantastic, because before it would just be like,
Am I in here? All right, here's our usual corner.
Oh, the handling is incredible. It is very confidence inspiring, which is definitely helped by those tires and good geometry all around. By the way, Toyo Canada is having a sale where you can get a $100 rebate for a couple weeks here. So if you're in Canada, check that out.
Also, that's including this set. So if you want them, go get them. Oh my god. No power steering plus the clutch. It's like, oh, this is why I hate the car. But after you're driving it, it's why I love this car. And since we have all the control arm like done, like pretty much like all the bushing is new. So that is the easiest and maybe not the easiest, the cheapest way to improve your car. Like for example, if you have a box, like often you feel like the car is gonna shake itself apart. But once you change the bushing, the whole chassis, the whole bottom of the car just feels like, you know, I'm strong again.
Yeah, there's like a degree of vagueness when the bushings are old like they were before, and that's just gone now. It's just direct, you know exactly what the car's doing. It's so nice.
With a new set of bushings, like you know that your car is gonna behave like oversteer, understeer. You can predict that, and that's important if you're like, you know, driving it on track.
Or even just spirited driving on the road.
Yeah, you don't want to lose control and fall off a ditch, even though like sometimes I want to drive the thing into a ditch. Don't get me wrong, I love this thing. By the way, I also love you.
So huge thanks to K-Tuned and also Toyo Tires for sending over everything we needed for this video. And huge thanks to you for making it to the end of this video. Hit like, get subscribed, and of course, have a great old day. We'll see you in the next one. No.
That's how you drive a Honda.